Hey YouTube, and welcome again to CallMeNakomi, your Wheel of Time channel, just to hear commentary from a fan. Okay, so I'm just going to do another video today about basically just telling you about certain thoughts and ideas that I've had over the years. Please, before I get into this, like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate all the viewership that I'm getting. Please drop comments. I really would love to hear your thoughts on any things that I brought, any things that or ideas or topics that I brought up. I would love to engage with people. So please go ahead and drop me a line through a comment, or basically just send me an email to CallMeNakomi@gmail.com. All right, guys. So my first thought of the day is the first thing that I thought of when the show came out and they started making the show, and was, thank goodness, finally people are gonna all start to pronounce things the exact same way. I got acquainted with the books basically through the audiobook. So I'm hearing it as Michael Kramer and Kate Rennig basically pronounce the word. I assume that they got some insight or some assistance, correction on how to basically pronounce some of the words. But basically, the people who I hear, doing reviews, who have read the books, they pronounce a lot of different things differently. So I just couldn't wait for two things. Everyone would start basically pronouncing things exactly the same way. We're all gonna be on one accord. And thank goodness we are not doing the super casting of characters. We all know now who's gonna play Tom. It's not Sam Elliott. Those are two things that I'm very much looking forward to from the show. All right, going on to some things that I've picked up from the book. I kind of feel like Moraine used compulsion on Pot and Fane. Spoilers, sorry guys. Okay, I wanted to address this in my next show. That basically, my show I feel like is a kind of spoiler-centric show. I'm not really. Maybe I might go over certain things in the book if people ask me to explain something. I might not sound like a scholar, but I'm basically just refining my skill as far as doing YouTube channels, and I appreciate you sticking with me through this process. But I feel like I'm more of a commentary, kind of person, rather than a scholar. I could probably win a couple not Watt Jeopardies on Nablus' show, but I mean, hey, I held my own in my car while I was listening. Shout out to Nablus, you the OG. Okay, so basically, I feel like when Moraine went and talked to Pot and Fane, what incentive did he have at all to spill his guts to Moraine? Why? Because he was afraid of her? Are you serious? This man has been a Sheol Ghoul. He ain't afraid of Moraine. You know what I'm saying? So why exactly would he have any type of incentive to basically be honest with her and tell her, and I think he held something back. You know what? If he was able to hold anything back from you, that's very powerful. It's a very powerful hold, and that shows me that you had to use compulsion basically to pull him out, which to me, spoiler, also kind of validates the fact that Varen basically used compulsion on all of those captured Aes Sedai. It was what the Dragon Reborn needed. Use what you want, or let the shadow cover the earth. That's what it is. Varen used compulsion, and I believe that Moraine used compulsion. Please, I'm not trying to be malicious. I absolutely adore Moraine, and I validate validate what she did, justify what she did, because just like that, she used Balefire also, which was another forbidden weave. But it wasn't. But for some reason, if they wanted to basically really make it something that you couldn't do, that you couldn't use judgment, just like Nynaeve said at the end of the series, if you wanted to basically make it against the rules, you should have put it in the 3 oaths. It should have been fourth oath. That should have been the fourth oath. Bam. So that was my thought on Moraine and how she basically got Pot and Fane to spill his guts. The next thought is Egwene and Nynaeve are both Ta'veren. I mean, hell, if the creator needed 2 extra Ta'veren besides Randall Thor, the most powerful Ta'veren, why not 4 extra? I mean, hell, I've seen some other things that, to me, I think sometimes that, Lan and Moraine were Taviran. Maybe not Moraine, but I think Lan was Taviran to a certain level. Is a person a Taviran by helping other people get to another level to serve them? Or is a person a Taviran because they basically are lucky and fortuitous things happen to them that help them climb to the next level? I think both. Because, this is my point. Nynaeve, she heals Logain. Not saying Logain basically is a Taviran himself, but Nynaeve heals Logain and Swan and Lyanna. Does that make her Taviran? No, but at the same time, that was one of her biggest achievements in the whole entire series. She healed what could not be healed. She basically proved that she was a master at doing things which people didn't even have any idea of how to do. She basically did the impossible. So if that's the case, I would have to argue that, that could basically make her Taviran. But certain things happened to her that were just lucky. She was able to basically block her, break through her block because someone was trying to kill her. She was able to heal compulsion just because Rand was trying. But maybe Rand did that to her. But at the same time, Rand needed Logain later in the story, so Nynaeve to put him back on the board, healed his gentling. But that can be done from one Taviran to another Taviran because Rand was able to use Balefire by mistake. Not exactly by mistake, he meant to use Balefire, but I don't think, maybe he did have it in mind that basically, if I use Balefire strong enough, basically it'll bring Mat and Aviendha back. Maybe he did, but at the same time, it would have took some thinking that would have been a very, very fast occurrence to him, to think that. So I'm just thinking that basically, though I feel like that's a discussion maybe that I would love to have with somebody, about what makes a person Taviran, and can there be other Tavirans in the book that were not, identified by Robert Jordan or Brandon Sanderson or the camp. But at the same time, I would love to have that conversation. But I feel like Nynaeve and Egwene were definitely Taviran, because if it wasn't for having them, Rand would not have won the last battle. So much more than just having Bashir, at his side, a general, a great captain, by his side through much of this whole entire process, to help him and to teach him what he needed to know to get as far as he did. Does that make Bashir a Taviran? No, I don't think so. But I feel like, the wheel definitely could have spun out more than just 3 at the same time. And why not all in the same village? And boom, the two that are women, or that could be women, ends up being 2 of the most powerful channelers, basically spun out into Randland in centuries, and far much more strong, that they could basically be among the level of Forsaken, So I'm gonna stop there basically. Again, thank you for coming and visiting with me, Nakomi. Please like and subscribe down below, please. I really appreciate you guys. I'm gonna try to continue to get better. Please keep on coming back. I hope that some things that I'm basically talking about are things that you guys don't mind listening to. If you have any ideas or suggestions of basically topics that you want me to talk about, please go ahead and send it, comment it. You can send it to CallMeNakomi@gmail.com, or comment on any of my videos. I really appreciate your time. Until next time, call me Nakomi.